I first started swimming after a year after I got Osgood slaughter in my knees when my tendons almost completely fell off the bone, the muscle, and really hard to walk. And I went through about a year of physical therapy with Napa Valley physical therapist. My stepdad was friends with Mara Edwards over at the vet in Silverado. She said, "Oh, you should try swimming." So I tried it over summer. I was swimming, and I thought, hey, this is kind of fun. Nice thing to do. Beginning of my freshman year, my brother's girlfriend at the time, my brother's girlfriend's brother, he said, "Tommy, you should try water polo. I think you'd like it." So I figured, okay, why not? What's the worst that can happen? So I go over, I try it. Very first day of school, and I absolutely fall in love with the sport. Over the years of swimming and water polo every day, a lot of swimming, hopefully I'm looking forward to getting to college. I'm planning on attending to the Naval Academy. I've applied to the Naval Academy, I've applied to West Point and Ohio State, and those are my top 3 choices. And I want to swim in college. I want to go out there, be a varsity athlete, be the first in my family to make a varsity team in college. Sea Cadets, I joined the way they have, it's sort of like you have Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts, except in Sea Cadets you have Sea Cadets and then Navy League Cadets. And Navy League Cadets was for the younger kids, and I was 11 at the time, so I was right at the age where I could start joining, and so I figured, okay, why not? If my brother's doing it, I might as well. Must be a good program if he's going to do it. So I joined it at 11, and I've been there ever since and worked my way up. And here I am today, Chief Petty Officer in Sea Cadets, which not a lot of kids get to. It's the highest you can get as a Sea Cadet. We're having our team bonding trip, and we decided to go camping. Our captains chose this nice spot in the American River. Our campsite where we were camped was probably about 100 yards away from probably like a Class 3 rapid, separated by and then after the rapid there's probably 50 yards of kind of normal river water, then some more rapid. So we were playing in the river like we normally were, and we had been going down the Class 3 rapid, which you see rafters going down, and they're big old rafts, and they're having a little bit of difficulty. And we were going down in nothing but a life jacket and, in my case, an inflatable alligator, which I went down on, and we're having a good time. We're getting tossed around in the water, having fun. I was on the other side of the river from the campsite, and just sitting down, enjoying the sun, talking with my friend Kevin Webster, and we were watching rafter groups going down, and we saw one group going down, and they went down the rapid all fine, nobody got hurt. And there's this man in I think a personal raft, and he's going down, and you see him, it's a little S-bend before it gets into the rapid, and well, he must have hit the rapid wrong, because I saw him go down and he flipped over right before he hit the S-bend, and he kind of went underwater a little bit, and then I just see him popped up, and then he flew right over the rapid, and I see him coming out of the stream, and he's lying head down, struggling to keep his head up. And the worst thing you could do is go down a river head first. And we were always taught you have to go down feet first, because if you run into a rock, you can push off it at least. And I remember looking over to the right and seeing, okay, there's more rapids there. And look over to the left, okay, here's this guy coming down. I gotta do something. I need to go over and get this guy out of there because he might get hurt. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want anybody to get hurt right there. So I just jumped in. I swam over. I went over, I grabbed his life jacket, and I said, "Don't worry, I'm going to bring you back." And then, sure enough, I grabbed his life jacket. I swam over to the side of the stream so I can get out of that main current, and then I pulled him over to one of the rocks and had my friend Kevin help bring him up. I found out what happened. The man, he's probably in his 30s to mid-30s, and he hit the rock. He fell off his raft like I saw him. Then instead of going underwater, he actually slammed into a rock and got the wind knocked out of him. And he said once that happened, he really had no control. He was gasping for air. He swallowed a little bit of water, breathed in a little bit of water into his lungs, and he was coughing the whole time. But he said he was really thankful I was there. I told my parents about the whole trip the day after, because we spent the night there and we drove back to Napa, and my parents were like, "Oh, tell me everything that happened. I heard, did you have fun?" And I said, "Oh yeah, we were playing in the river, we were swimming upstream, we were throwing the ball, I saved some guy's life, we played ultimate frisbee." And they're like, "Wait, you saved a guy's life? What happened?" And I thought, oh, it was just this little thing. And then, because at the time I looked over, here he's in trouble, there's some rocks, I just dove in, without really even thinking that I could be in any danger, or I just went in and brought him out. And I after thinking about it, I'm thinking, wow, I really did a good thing right there.